For this video, we're going to continue our discussion of the final scenes of Full Metal Jacket. We'll look a little bit more in depth at Joker's decision, how he reacted to the sniper, and then the final couple of the final images of the film. Okay, so that's what this video will be all about. So when we left off last video, we were talking a little bit about how Joker fumbles with his weapon when he sees the VC sniper, and how this could possibly be reinforce this idea that that military masculinity is vulnerable, fragile, and in the film, it kind of shatters apart in the scene, especially when it's revealed that the sniper who has caused so much havoc and destruction of this brotherhood is none other than a young female Vietnamese soldier. And we have Joker, who has sort of walked the line between critical sort of detachment from the Marines and all that macho posturing of John Wayne, and then also sort of wanted to sort of be a part of it. He wears the Born to Kill helmet. He's full sort of integration, indoctrination into the Marine culture. Yet at this moment he fumbles with his rifle, and it's somewhat emasculating. Especially also when it's Rafterman, his friend, who's the newbie, the guy who he's supposed to be protecting, who is the successfully sort of macho warrior type. He's the one who actually disarms the sniper, not Joker. So there's a little bit of subversion there of that macho posturing. And we get Joker's sense of masculinity kind of being questioned in that instance. But masculinity seems to sort of remain or restabilize in the final scenes of the play, or in the film. Sort of that social order maybe was shattered momentarily when it's revealed that the sniper was a female. But it sort of bounces back once the sniper is disarmed, and you have again a lot of men deciding the fate of this young female sniper. So Joker is placed in the role of deciding this young girl's fate. She is wounded but not dead, and they have the decision whether or not they should leave her to suffer and die. As Animal Mother says, let her get eaten by rats. That would be his choice. But Joker doesn't seem to be able to sort of justify leaving this girl to sort of just to have a slow, torturous death. He wants to do the just thing, the moral thing, and give her a merciful death by shooting her. So he is sort of placed in the role as the shooter, so he has to sort of finally become that killer who he sort of built himself up to be. He's got the Born to Kill on his helmet, but it is somewhat an ironic twist that the killer's his enemy in this case is a young woman, almost a child, somebody who in another circumstance a soldier would protect and serve to protect. So the vulnerable of a society being women and children. So here he is in this case killing a young woman. So it's almost like a perversion of what is right. So it sort of is a critique of the war too, I think, where we have a male soldier, American soldier, successfully defeating the enemy, in this case, taking down a sniper, but the revelation that it's a vulnerable young female soldier who is very sort of vulnerable, and well, she's strong in her own way when she has a rifle, but if you think about sort of the fact that there are child soldiers in the VC army, this sort of puts into perspective the sort of desperation of this country, who is willing to sort of fight for what they believe in. And it's a different circumstance than sort of the tough American macho posturing. You have a woman, sort of a girl, fighting in a desperate situation. And he decides to put her out of her misery. She's begging for death. She's saying, "Shoot me," over and over again. And it's once again up to the men to decide this young woman's fate. So it's sort of restoring or reinforcing that power of patriarchy and the sort of American force in Vietnam. And it's Joker's decision, so he's placed in the role of the shooter. And so his confirmed kill is this young woman. And it's, even though it's not in a battle, it's a mercy killing, he still sort of counts it amongst his kill total. So it's sort of a bittersweet moment. It's the first confirmed kill on, his, that he can say put on his tally, but at the same time, it's, the circumstances are pretty sad, tragic, when you think about how this young girl's life has been taken, 15-year-old in war. So you do have this kind of moral or ethical dilemma, and Joker's decision is quite symbolic. The fact that, his killing of this girl, it's kind of a death of innocence in a way, for him as a young man. Killing a child, 15-year-old, could be, a symbol of his own lost innocence and his full kind of indoctrination into the military masculinity. So following from this scene, we'll see he is sort of more fully prepared for what lies ahead as a Marine. So he hasn't been sort of changed, or he has been changed, but it's sort of a loss of his childhood, his naivety, his innocence, and becoming a man, in this case, a soldier. So being harder, tougher, and more ruthless. So it's a kind of a death of this girl, but also a kind of symbolic death for Joker's character as well, as he loses, I think, a part of his innocence in this act of killing the girl. So in a way, the final scenes and monologue of the film reinforce this idea that Joker has sort of become a full-blooded Marine man. So his military, his journey from boy to man is complete. And his final monologue sort of reiterates all of that, military masculinity, that bravado, that kind of macho and sexist language. And you have that not in contrast, but also reinforcing the military mindset with all the soldiers singing the Mickey Mouse song. So it's sort of a scene that sort of symbolizes Joker's rebirth, or his becoming of a full-blooded Marine. And it's not a happy portrait either. You have the scenery around them kind of contrasting with the happy Mickey Mouse song, and it's sort of this juxtaposition of hell on earth with this brotherhood of men all singing along together. And in his final monologue, Joker kind of reinforces all of what he's learned in basic training and what it means to be a soldier. So he says, "We have nailed our names in the pages of history enough for today. We hump down to the perfume river to set in for the night. My thoughts drift back to erect nipple wet dreams about Mary Jane Rotten Crotch and the great homecoming fuck fantasy. I'm so happy that I am alive, in one piece. I'm in a world of shit, yes, but I am alive and I am not afraid." So we have him kind of reinforcing this desire to be memorialized in the history books as an American soldier. We also have him thinking back, using sort of really misogynistic slang and slurs, sexualizing women, and, quite derogatory names for the sort of woman who waits for him at home, Mary Jane Rotten Crotch. It's funny, but it's also very kind of derogatory to women. And he dreams of this, valiant homecoming when the big tough soldier comes home and all the girls are waiting for him. He'll get to sleep with whoever he wants. So it's sort of this fantasy that he has of becoming a hero, a war hero, and then reaping the benefits of that. And then it talks about, the fact that he's not afraid anymore. So this whole time, he's been afraid of becoming a killer, of becoming hard and tough. And then he successfully confronted those fears in killing the sniper. So he's no longer afraid. So it seems as if he has fully embraced that killer military mindset. And then the song, the Mickey Mouse song, is very kind of prominent in those last scenes. And I'm curious to know what you guys think of the inclusion of that song. But the sentiment is very kind of about this brotherhood, about everybody sort of singing together, a kind of creation of this single-minded mindset, indoctrination into this kind of group mentality. And I think there's a little bit of, the spread of American culture too in this country and everywhere. So it's a bit of an American conquest, cultural conquest, the spread of kind of American capitalism, American culture, and, the teaching, this idea that you're taught that group mentality, that conformity, even as children. We're kind of socialized into this mindset, and becoming a soldier is just kind of the culmination of that teaching of conformity to young men. So we have that final song and image of the film. So it is kind of interesting if we think about the relationship between part 1 and part 2 of the film. There is, it seems as if it could almost be two separate films. The first half of the film taking place in basic training, and then the second half focused, more primarily on Joker and, the Vietnam War, the situation at the front of the war, the infantry soldiers. So like the connection between the two is more clear when we think about how these two halves of this film sort of reinforce a kind of loss of innocence for these men, the confrontation with death, and the kind of journey or transformation as these young men are indoctrinated into a kind of military mindset that is both dehumanizing to them, turning them into soldiers or killing machines, and in turn also dehumanizing to